At Arizona State University, we're bringing world-class education from our globally acclaimed faculty to you. Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Learn more at asuonline.asu.edu.
If more fiber and protein fit your New Year health goals, get better macros with Hero Bread. They have sliced bread, tortillas, bagels, and more with protein and high fiber. And there's 0 to 5 grams of net carbs and 0 grams of sugar. Hit your goals with easy swaps for your favorite bready dishes with 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code HERO26 at checkout. That's 10% off with code HERO26 at HERO.co. All figures per serving of Hero Bread contains up to 18 grams of fat per serving. Not a low-calorie food. See nutrition facts on hero.co.
AFR On Demand is brought to you by Breck Golf. Try Beaver Creek today, just 20 minutes from downtown Baton Rouge in the Zachary area. They've got a PGA Tour driving range, a short game practice area, 30 to 40-yard practice shots. It's a great place to chip and putt and practice if you don't have time for a full round. Book your tee time today, golf.breck.org, golf.breck.org.
Matt Moscona.
I'm very important.
After further review.
Say it one more time.
After further review with Matt Moscona.
And here we go.
Live from the Raising Cane studio.
Let's ride! Woo!
Here at the Bear Bryant Awards from the Post Oak Hotel in Houston. Coach, it's a pleasure. Thanks for the time. How are you?
I'm doing well. I appreciate you having me.
It's our pleasure. We appreciate you for stopping by. You know, I knew we were going to have a slew of coaches come through here today, kind of prepping, to have these conversations. You're just a fascinating human. I mean, I find that, I don't know that I even want to talk about football with you. I want to talk about your life. Which,
okay.
We'll talk some football too, but as I was reading your bio and some of the hardships, losing your mother at a young age, then moving across from California across the country to South Carolina, we're at an event honoring coaches. If you look back, would you say that some of those things in your young life formatively led you to coaching or helped you in your coaching career?
Oh, definitely. Initially, my career path out of college, I would have said no, because I wanted to go be an engineer and do that for the rest of my life. But quickly I realized that I needed purpose. And then the Lord started to reveal to me kind of the things that I experienced and what the purpose behind them was. But what I did know is growing up, I always needed sports. I always needed, some type of team. It was the one place where I felt normal. I didn't have to worry about what was going on in my life. I was just one of the guys, and I could still be one of the guys and take calculus, right? And so I just needed sport throughout the course of my life, and ultimately I believe the Lord worked it all out so that I could end up in this profession.
You ended up at a point after high school going to, I had to look this up, the United States Air Force Academy Preparatory School?
Yeah, I went to prep school, yep.
So did you intend to go military?
No. So I just wanted to go Division I and play football. And so that was the most viable option for me coming out of high school. So I was going to the prep school. And the way they explained it to me at that time, at these service academies, you got 4 years. So there was no red shirt. So this was essentially a red shirt opportunity. And I did well in the classroom, but I wasn't a great standardized test taker. So I needed to improve for the academy standards. So it kind of worked out in both aspects. I could develop a little bit as a football player, take the test a couple more times. And then ultimately I did receive my appointment to the academy and enrolled for a couple of weeks and realized that, this is not really what I want to do.
Was it like you want to do fighter jets? I mean, was that the...
I was interested in being a pilot, but then they started talking about the height requirements and the vision. You see, I wear glasses, so and at that time they weren't accepting the corrected vision. So, but no, I didn't really have much of an understanding or affection for the military prior to going. But I will say that 1 year at the prep school, I wouldn't trade it for anything. Just the what I learned about myself. the importance of accountability, structure, discipline, all those things I carry with me today.
You end up walking on at Clemson. You play more than 40 games under Tommy Bowden.
Yes,
of course, it had gone from Clemson, from Tulane to Clemson. I mean, that's an amazing football family. We talk about celebrating coaches here. Playing under Coach Bowden, what was that like? What did you learn from him?
Oh, it was an awesome experience. You kind of learn how an organization is supposed to be run. You learn that you can coach hard, but coach guys with integrity, coach them the right way. He was a big stickler on language. That made an impression upon me as a young guy, especially in that day and age growing up. Everything around you was different, but he was coaching hard, but wouldn't use any profanity. And then he made faith, something that was very public to him. In a time where maybe other coaches didn't. So those are things that I learned and I actually take with me as I lead the Virginia program.
From walk-on to team captain and now head coach at Virginia. It is an amazing story. As you kind of have made your way through your coaching career, you spent a long time at Clemson. You're the OC there for the 2 national championship wins against Alabama. Would you rather win a game on a Hunter Renfrow last-second touchdown catch or beat Alabama by a bajillion? Because I enjoyed watching you beat Alabama by a bajillion, if I could just be very candid.
I tell you what, both of them were special in their own right. And when you're in the middle of the game and you're calling it and you're in the battle, to be honest with you, you're not paying attention to what the score is. You're so laser focused on what that current situation is and what you're trying to get accomplished on that drive, whether it's a field goal, whether it's a first down, whether it's a touchdown. So I take them both. But I tell you, the one to Hunter Renfrow was pretty cool because if you remember, we score and then there's 1 second left. We have to kick off. It gave me enough time to be able to come down from the box and actually be on the field when the game ended. All the other games, I was up top in the press box when the game ended.
What's that memory like whenever the game ends, the confetti falls? Where does your mind go immediately?
Oh, man, just a sigh of kind of not relief, but just, man, we actually did it. And I tell you what, that one was the first one. So you didn't know what the next day was going to be like. I think everybody believes that, man, when you win a championship like that, the rest of your life, the skies are just a different color blue and everything is different. And then the reality is you wake up the next morning and they're like, all right, bud, go do it again.
You gotta go
hold on. I don't even get 24 hours to celebrate. But that was a cool moment. But I tell you what, all those games, even the ones where you said you're from Baton Rouge, the one that we lost in New Orleans.
That was a fun one.
That was a fun one.
Enjoyed that day.
I know,
Coach.
And I remember we were up for a little bit too, right there in the second quarter.
Yeah.
And then we were driving. And we crossed midfield and two negative plays in a row, and now we punt. And then here goes Joe Burrow and the boys. I think they scored like 5 straight possessions. It got ugly pretty quick. But even that was a cool moment. That was a cool moment because my boys, they wanted to see Odell. Right, they were down on the field. They wanted to see Odell and all the guys, and got a chance to. I'll never forget that one. I got a chance to just interact with Joe Brady. And I didn't know him prior to that, but then we were able to interact. So every one of those games, I take away something that I'll carry with me forever.
Virginia coach Tony Elliott's with us. You had a great season this year. You finished the regular season as the top team in your conference. Lose the championship game. Obviously, you don't want to dwell on the negative, but you win that game, you're in the college football playoff.
That's right.
Is there, as we talk about possible changes to the format, is there a format that you favor for one reason or another, be it for the good of college football or for the good of Virginia football?
Yeah, I don't know if there's one that I favor personally. I do like the expansion just because it gives more teams opportunity to compete. And you kind of see what Miami did. Sure. Miami came from 10 all the way to having a shot to win it, not just in it. They had a shot to win it. And I think with the state of college football, with the ability for players to move around, man, you look at Indiana. Like, I mean, how cool is that?
It's amazing.
It's amazing. Like, otherwise, in a 4-game format without the transfer portal, there's probably not, that opportunity. But, man, it gives more fan bases more teams, more coaches, more individuals, and an opportunity to have a chance to be a national champ. So I don't know if I know the exact number, but I do like the fact that you have an opportunity. And I think with the more teams that get in it, the more teams will have an opportunity. I think the more parity you see.
I am all for inclusivity and solving things on the field. You want to go to 24? People clap. You want to go to 32? Give me 32.
Right.
I just play games.
Games. You're right. The only thing that I would say is now, because I guess that would have been, you were referencing the one Alabama year. What year was that? I guess that would have been 2018. So we were the first.
I went to 3 straight. So
yeah,
it was
they blend
crazy. Together.
We were the first 15-0 team.
Right.
And now Indiana's 16-0. I'm not in favor of adding additional games on the players just because I see the firsthand effect that it has on them. So if you can figure it out to where we stay kind of where we are, but if you start expanding and going to 17, 18 games, man, that's a long, long season on these young people. And we're also in the development business, right? So part of our roster is not fully developed yet to be able to withstand, an 18-game season.
Sure. It can be done. You get rid of conference championship games. You go to an 11-game regular season. I know there's logistics and there's money and all the things, but you're right. You're right. But there's a way, and hopefully we get there. Before you go, we're based out of Baton Rouge. I'd be remiss if I didn't ask you, when you were hired your first season at Virginia, there was obviously a tragedy there, and Michael Hollins is a guy we all know from Baton Rouge. I would love a thought on him and that remarkable story. If you didn't.
Oh man, he's a walking miracle. I remind him that he doesn't like to hear that. He doesn't like for me to say that because he doesn't want any of the positive recognition from a superstar perspective, right? He just wants to be known as a guy that just kept putting one foot in front of the other. But to have him not only, return, but man, he came back and played an unbelievable year for us and then coached with us for a year after that as a graduate assistant, and he's still in the area. And he's really taken the situation and using it for, I believe, the way God intended it to be used as a living testament to what God can do, because what was meant for bad, what we're seeing now is the Lord is turning that around for good. So he'll forever be one of my favorites just because of who he is. And there's some unbelievable plays, and then being able to experience kind of the relationship between him and his little brother Deuce and how that is manifested through all of this, because Deuce was around. He was 10 years old at the time. He was in our locker room. He was breaking us down before games. And so it was really, 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 really cool. And then he also has an opportunity, which he'll continue to do, to carry forward the legacies of Lavelle, Devin, and Deshaun, and knowing that he and Deshaun were really, really, really close. And so he carries that with him. It's not been easy. Man, I can't imagine how he has to battle every single day just to not let what happened, take control. But he's taken control thus far, and so I pray for him every day that he continues to do that. But he's just been an unbelievable blessing to me, to our program, to the Charlottesville area, to the university as well. And man, we're all Mike Hollins fans.
Coach Tony Elliott, this was a pleasure. Thank you so much for your generosity and for your time today.
No, thank you so much.
It's our pleasure.
Yes, sir.
Great conversation with Tony Elliott. It's just Alondra and I were talking off the air. She mentioned that all the guests here, all the coaches have been so good, and point I made is it is a prerequisite if you're going to be a major college football head coach to be an excellent communicator, and all these gentlemen have been, and I sincerely appreciate their time. Hey, we're brought to you by Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service, ShawBillsTire.com. If you need tires, they're going to sell you name brand tires at wholesale prices. And if you need something done to your vehicle, oil change, tires rotated, the check engine light's on, the brakes are squeaky, whatever it may be, bring it to Shaw Bills with locations all over South Louisiana. You're never far. And I love the fact that they'll sell you the best tires at the cheapest price, and then they're going to keep you coming back year after year after year because they treat you like family. It's Shaw Bills Tire and Auto Service. Go to ShawBillsTire.com, ShawBillsTire.com to schedule service, to shop tires, to find the location nearest you, ShawBillsTire.com. Shaw Bills, where we keep you rolling. Okay, it is after further review. We're here in Houston at the Bryant Awards. And pretty excited about this. Actually, a blast from our LSU past. Rodney Reed, a member of the 03 National Championship team, is the chairman of the Bryant Awards, and he's here, and he's going to join us when we come back. Don't you move. It's AFR.
After further review.
Our Hump Day shows all throughout the year are brought to you by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. YourGoodwood.com. YourGoodwood.com. Yes, we talk about it. They can do ED treatments. If you struggle with that, they can help. They do so much more at Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. A hormone replacement therapy is and can be life-changing. Simple blood test. It's easy, y'all. It's a simple blood test that tests your hormone levels, that lets you know if you're deficient. And there is not a soul walking the face of planet Earth. Every single one of us, as we age, our bodies produce less of the hormones that contribute to how we feel and how we function. At Goodwood, they can safely and affordably supplement you to get you to healthy levels, to have you feel and perform at your optimal level. Energy, fat burning, muscle building, mental clarity, all of it. You want to live and feel your best? YourGoodwood.com. Check it out online, YourGoodwood.com.
At Arizona State University, we've made online education better, smarter, and more personalized so you can go further in your aspiring field.
I decided to pursue medicine once I realized that ASU did have the online program for biological sciences. You're still required to learn the same curriculum. You're still being tested on the same content that anyone would be tested on in person. The comprehensiveness of the program prepared me so well for medical school.
Explore over 350 plus programs at asuonline.asu.edu.
If getting more fiber and protein while reducing net carbs, sugar, and calories fits your health goals for the new year, get better macros in your go-to dishes with Hero Bread. From a quick 19-gram protein breakfast bagel to Taco Tuesday for your family, your favorite recipes are covered. They have sliced bread, tortillas, bagels, and more with protein and high fiber. And there's 0 to 5 grams of net carbs and 0 grams of sugar. To help hit your goals with easy swaps for your favorite bready dishes, Hero Bread is offering 10% off your order. Go to hero.co and use code HERO26 at checkout. That's 10% off with code HERO26 at HERO.co. All figures per serving of Hero Bread contains up to 18 grams of fat per serving. Not a low-calorie food. See nutrition facts at hero.co.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit YourGoodwood.com.
We roll along from Houston. We're here for the 40th annual Bear Bryant Awards. And what a pleasure. The chairman of the awards this year is a guy that won a national championship at LSU, a guy who played nearly 50 career games, an Ironman, played both left tackle and right tackle, was starting right tackle on the 03 National Championship team. He is Rodney Reed. How are you, sir?
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Doing great, and appreciate y'all taking the time to talk. Give us the catch. So you have obviously the whole captive LSU audience here. Give everybody the catch up. It was like, hey, Rodney Reed, what's he doing? What are you doing? Yeah, so been in Houston for about 20 years and work for an oilfield service company now, NOV. The CFO there, and great organization. A lot of LSU people here in Houston, so it's great to be in Houston, and pretty easy to get back home to Louisiana. And this award ceremony, Bear Bryant Coach of the Year, is a great organization that really raises money for the American Heart Association. So have been part of the organization for a few years now, and had the opportunity to chair the awards this year, which was special because it's the 40th anniversary. How did you get involved with the Bryant Awards to begin with? Yeah, well, just through some work with American Heart Association, and then kind of that relationship went over to the Bear Bryant Awards, and then sort of have been part of the team for a few years now. Yeah. It's pretty cool, man. Like, to see the accessibility of all the coaches. I mean, it's all the biggest names of coaches in college football, which is awesome. We actually had, you'll appreciate this, head coach Fulmer sitting with us a bit ago, and he sort of lamented. He said, the worst loss of his career. You know what I'm saying? Oh, yeah. The worst loss of his career, says that SEC championship in 2001 against LSU. Do you think about that often? How sort of the improbability of that in that game and that run? Yeah, well, having a unique setup where my first year was 1999, which was not a great year for us, 3-8, and then the last year winning a national championship, and just the the journey, primarily with the players and the teammates and the lasting relationships that you have, and then also with the coaching staff. And you see that sort of coaching tree that's sort of spread out everywhere across the country now. Is just a fantastic network, but it was really around the camaraderie of the team and the staff and the overall organization, and that's what you remember. So yeah, in catching up specifically with Coach Fulmer a few weeks ago at a dinner, that's what he said. He said, like, I really thought my 2001 team was the best team that we ever had there, and you guys played super well in the game. So, but just to see that journey over 5 years was great to be a part of.
If Rohan doesn't get hurt, do you think you win the game?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I know
Ro well. I've asked him this question before.
Yes, and Rohan was a fantastic leader, and with a new quarterback coming in the game, I think that was, if you go back and watch that game, Matt, it was really more of the sort of quarterback runs and some of the things that you see now in the last few years. We kind of had that implemented for that game. And so I think stylistically it was tough for them to adjust during the game. But, both Rohan and Matt Mock are fantastic quarterbacks and even better people.
That's true. They weren't ready for Matt Mock running the football. And it was so much fun sitting in the stadium that day watching that. You know what's interesting, too? It felt like at that time, as a fan, we were both students at LSU at the same time. Yep. Atlanta felt like forbidden fruit. Yep. Like LSU, which is so weird to think now, but it was the mindset. Did you all feel that way? Like, did you recognize at the time, you talked about it came in 99, Saban comes in, like, did you feel like you're building toward that?
Yeah, well, a couple things. One, if you remember the year before, we did have an opportunity to play a bowl game there.
I remember all of it. Peach Bowl,
Atlanta,
Peach Bowl against
Georgia Tech, yeah. Which
Tommy Banks scored a couple touchdowns. I remember all of it.
That's right, which was a tough first half, a really good second half.
Yeah.
And so I think that time was a little bit different in terms of just the social media and the access that you have to everything. I mean, it used to be you'd pick up the paper, and that was sort of your only outside lens. So you were really able to be pretty insulated at the time. And so we always felt like that we'd be competitive, but also when you're able to be more insulated during that time, you don't have the outside distractions, telling you good or bad. And if you remember, we had some ups and downs during that season. Mm-hmm. Kind of lost a game late in the year that was tough, and then won the last couple of games and had some things go our way to set that up. But I mean, it was obviously foundational to what happened the next year and the following year, and for many years down the road.
Yeah.
So.
It was an amazing time, man. My LSU years were Nick Saban's years.
Yeah.
What an incredible time to have been there. Rodney Reed is with us. He was there. He was on the field the whole that entire era. That we'll also talk about that 03 team, which of course won the first national championship in 45 years, and everybody has their favorites. And the Burrow team was incredible, and the 07 team was improbable. But you never forget that first with respect to 1958, but the big breakthrough in 03. Now that enough time has passed, Rodney, do you give yourself time to reflect on the significance of what that team did then?
Yeah, so I think when you look back at the accomplishments and really being the first in 45 years, you really had to have that camaraderie and that teamwork. And so I think that's what was special to us when you think back on the memories. Yeah, the wins and the games and the highlights and those types of things, being part of a lot of big games. But you also think about all the relationships that you built. And as we all catch up periodically, it was a couple of years ago, we had our 20th year anniversary, and just a group of guys. I mean, it was just a fantastic group of people who were great ball players, obviously, great in the classroom, great in the community. I mean, just a fantastic group of people. So super proud to be part of that.
Do you get a chance, I would assume through the Bryant Awards, to see a lot of the coaches from your time at LSU, guys that coach who have come through this event, I would imagine? You stay in touch with many of them?
Yeah, sure. A lot of the guys are still around, and we have text message strings together. So it's
with the coaches or the players?
Players.
Okay.
Players mostly, but yeah, no, get to go back and see some of the former coaches periodically, and so that's been great too, and to look at their careers, because I say a lot of those guys who are now have been very successful and won national championships, when they were with us at that time, they were kind of late 20s, early 30s, trying to figure out this sort of coaching thing, and now 20 years later, a lot of them have done very, very well. But
I feel like Kirby was a GA. It's like so wild to see.
Well, just the staff that we had there. If you think about Jimbo Fisher and Will Muschamp, and I say we had a couple of graduate assistants that ended up being NFL head coaches. Adam Gase, Freddie Kitchens, and then just the overall organization. When you look at just the leadership, overall, just very special group, a very special group. So.
Rodney Reed is with us, former Tiger great, won a national championship in 2003 as a starting right tackle on that team. Now working here in Houston, and is chairman here of the Bryant Awards tonight, which is got to be so cool to pull this together. How much work goes into pulling together an event like this?
Yeah, I mean it's a full year event. So we've got a great full-time staff, both with the American Heart Association as well as with the Bear Bryant Awards team, and a lot of hard work through the year to coordinate all this, and some of the things that we've tried to add in to continue to progress the awards over the years as part of the EA Sports college football game. Now we've added a couple of other awards along the way, but it's really about the coaches and the impact that they have, and then leveraging that into raising funds for a very important cause with the American Heart Association, both heart and stroke prevention.
Did you have a tie to the American Heart Association, or?
Yeah, not really. Just when you're professional, you want to make sure that you're giving back to the community. This was a great opportunity to sort of leverage both your desire to be part of a charitable organization and also sports and football. So it was a fantastic situation.
Yeah, man. So. All the things coming together for a great night, and this is a fantastic event. Yeah. So hat tip, job well done. I mean, I know that the ceremony will be tonight, but everything has been awesome and first class, and we're really appreciative for the invite to have been here. So,
thank you. Thank you for your time.
Well, thank you for that, and thanks for the time on the show today. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
That is Rodney Reed, former Tiger great, member of the 2003 National Championship team. He's the chair here of the Bryant Awards tonight. We are in Houston for the Bryant Awards. We've had a great show. If you missed anything, catch it on demand. UCLA coach Bob Chesney. We mentioned Philip Fulmer. Virginia coach Tony Elliott. Joey McGuire led off the show with us from Texas Tech. Clark Lee from Vanderbilt was here. Just a great day so far, and we're not done yet. Actually, I do need to knock out a quick break. I want to remind you about Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Windows, doors, siding. They do shutters too. Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. You know where to find them at the website, ReliefWindows.com. You can call 288-8138, 288-8138, or you can always pop by and see them at their showroom on Airline Highway in Prairieville. So check them out, ReliefWindows.com, ReliefWindows.com. If you need energy-efficient replacement windows to lower your energy bills, hardy plank vinyl siding, indoor or outdoor shutters, they do it all at Relief Windows and ReliefWindows.com. Okay, I want to knock out a quick break. Come back. We have not caught up with Russ Mitchell. It is customary we do that to wrap the season, so we'll do that before he goes into his long hibernation. We were fingers crossed hoping we were going to be able to snag Kurt Signetti or Mario Cristobal. They have not yet made it down, so if they happen to walk by before we get out of here, we'll snag them. But in any event, we'll talk to Russ when we come back. We're glad you're hanging out with us here on this Wednesday edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness.
AFR.
I am so fired up. Had the phone call yesterday to switch my home, internet, cable, etc. to Rev. REV, let's Rev.com. I've told you, Rev, we are Rev customers at Parish Construction Roofing. We are Rev customers at Guarantee Media. And now at our home in our neighborhood, they have finally finished laying the fiber. So we now have all fiber internet in my neighborhood, and we are switching to Rev, and I could not be more excited. Few things in life, first world problems, I get it, but few things more in life than lagging internet or your internet going out. We've all been there. We felt it. It sucks. Rev, all fiber network, now in my neighborhood. I will be able to get the same great high-speed internet and connectivity that I get at work every day and at Parish, at my home. So
make sure you do the same. 70,000 Louisiana business owners and homeowners trust Rev. You should as well. Let'sRev.com.
After further review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com. Russ Mitchell.
Kicking the tires and lighting the fires. Russ! Literally.
Well, I'm proud of Russ. I think Russ deserves it.
It's football! Rusty, come on up here.
Ferris is not a state. It's a wheel.
You know, I haven't had much of a chance to talk to you man to man, Russ.
How are things out there at DBU?
I want you to stay here and take care of things, Russ.
The only way you can point up is up.
Not going in our yard, Russ. It's going in our living room.
Just like Troy.
Can't see the line, can you, Russ?
Put your foot on his throat and choke him out.
Take it, Russ.
One more time before he goes into hibernation. Russ Mitchell, good enough to join us. Fraud, how are you?
Kicking tires, lighting fires.
Ferris finally?
It's not a wheel.
Ferris is not a. No, Ferris is not a state. No, it's a wheel.
That's right. It's a wheel.
Are you finally back stateside?
I am. After following my uber talented 16-year-old daughter as she traveled around from city to city doing the lead in a Shakespeare performance. But yes, I'm back. What a championship game, baby!
Did you really enjoy the championship game? Was competitive, right? I mean, it came down to an interception at the end of the game. Did you really enjoy how it played out?
It was, so, it's interesting because when I evaluated the game and I broke down all the positions, I thought it would be a tight game. I always wait to look at the point spread until after I'm done with my work. So I did the work and I'm thinking 5-6 points and I look at the spread and there it is, right? And there's your game. But the best thing about it is that it wasn't what I feared.
Okay.
What I feared was that it was going to be, Oregon or Alabama. I feared it was going to be. I was in Miami for the Notre Dame Alabama championship.
Yeah.
Where this is not a joke. I finished my column before halftime and then just screwed around. I screwed around for the second half. Went down to the field, came back up, and just plugged the numbers in. That's how boring that game was.
Yeah.
So, and Miami, I tell you, Miami's going to look back at this game and they had so many missed opportunities, man. They had more total yards, every chance. They had more yards per play. They had almost twice as many yards per carry, but they just kept tripping over themselves. They're too conservative in the first half, bonehead pass prolapses, more penalties, more turnovers, and most importantly, third down conversions just kill them.
What do Indiana was certainly a very worthy champion. They didn't trail in the game. What do you think we learned about Indiana, or maybe a better way to say it is, what do you think will be the legacy of this Indiana team?
And I want the world to know you're not setting me up with that question. It's a great question because I would take, other than Mendoza at quarterback, I would probably take every single Miami. Like, I'd take Fletcher over any running back Indiana has, and I love those running backs the Hoosiers have. I'd take Fletcher. I'd take Malachi Tony over any wide receiver that Indiana has. I love the Hoosiers defense. I love the Hoosiers defense, but I would take Bain and Messidor at edge over Kamara. I'd take Scott over Sharp at cornerback. Only at linebacker would I take Fisher. So the thing to remember here is Fisher, Kamara, Pons, Tucker, they all played at James Madison under Signetti. All right? So when you're looking at Kiffin and the portal, if you trust your coach to evaluate talent in this college football, not your daddy's college football, but this right now, college football, and if your coach can evaluate talent, there you go, baby.
Russ Mitchell's with us at Russ Mitchell CFB on Twitter, X, whatever. Do you trust LSU's coach to evaluate talent?
You guys just signed Princewell, right?
Yeah, he signed today.
Oh, did you see Lane Kiffin? He is so funny, man. He honestly, you got to figure out a way for him and me to get on the radio together with you for an hour, unscripted.
I don't think that's going to happen, man.
Oh, dude, that would be so funny. Did you see?
I don't think it will.
His reaction?
No, I don't think it will be. See, here's the thing I've learned. Here's the thing I've learned about him. In a short amount of time, he is his most expressive self on Twitter.
Yeah.
In real life, I don't think he's that expressive. I don't think he would be good for an hour with you on radio. I think he would kind of be a little awkward.
Quiet.
Yeah. It's not, by the way, that's not a criticism. It's just an observation. I think everybody's just different in certain ways.
Dude, totally. I mean, look at how many guys who are great football players, great football players, who couldn't entertain. Montana, Rice, Lott, Marino. I mean, it's a different thing. It's interesting, though. I thought Saban would really struggle. At television. Oh, yeah, I
Russell.
did. He's so
You're out of your Breno, man.
He's good. He's good. I enjoy watching him.
There's a reason he was an outstanding recruiter. His ability to communicate. Well, and honestly, Russ, maybe it's just that I've heard enough of the Nick Saban stories being here about him recruiting and and his ability to be a chameleon in different rooms. I knew that he'd crush that. Yeah, that didn't surprise me a lick.
I'll tell you, just jumping back to the game quickly.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
There's a game. Can I go back and change my Heisman pick?
Well, you're the one who always likes to vote before the postseason.
We should really switch it to doing it now. We got to get the game up to January 1st because it's just ridiculous to be playing this game in the middle. How many times you and I have been doing this for 15 years together, right?
Yeah.
I think we talked about this 15 years ago. You can't do this in the middle of the professional season because, you go on ESPN or you go on a national station, they give you 4 minutes to talk about our championship game because they want to talk about, some wild card game or some divisional game. But I was so impressed with Mendoza, just so tough. Those throws to Becker, those back shoulder throws under pressure, fantastic. That run on fourth down, fantastic. The total embodiment of the Indiana's identity, this team identity, you can just hang on Mendoza.
Hey, next year's championship game is on January the 25th.
Oh, my God.
It's a week later.
This is, we are so stupid.
Yes.
I mean, holy crap.
Yes.
The best way I can explain this to you is as much as college football we all think is the greatest sport, the rest of the football watching country doesn't think so. They think the NFL is the greatest product. And as soon as their playoffs start, the average fan doesn't give a care about us anymore. If I go on a national program, I get 15 minutes on a slot. Once the NFL season starts, 5 minutes. That's it. That's all you're going to get.
Well, you can have 15 minutes here. Normally we do 2 segments, but we're up against it.
I'm overdue for sleeping.
You're going into hibernation. I know that. I'm sure you'll wake up at some point. By the way, LSU signed a really good transfer portal class, and a lot of people are thinking that they're going to be really good next year because of all the talent they signed.
Yeah. I mean, I know you get all excited about this, and I know it's just like recruiting. I know it's important, but I mean, wake me up in August and let me know how they're practicing because it's all about the product on the field.
Yeah.
So, look at who had the best portal class last year?
LSU.
So let me go back. So let me go back to the point that I asked you a bit ago. Do you trust your coach's evaluation?
I trust Kiffin's evaluation 100 times better than I trust Kelly's evaluation. Not just Kiffin, the whole organization that he's built. Oh, my God, look what he did at Ole Miss. Ole Miss! Look what he did at Ole Miss. And, I got to give you kudos because there's a lot of stuff you and I talk about offline, which I'm not talking about here. But, I mean, what LSU has built with this LSU, the NILSU and Max and all that, clearly. And Kelly deserves some credit for that and putting that all together with, the whole staff that was there before Kiffin. But what a great job LSU and its fan base has done, and everybody involved in that to put the team in this position.
They have given him every resource to win. All right, we got to go. Russ Mitchell, enjoy your sleep. We'll talk to you. We'll talk to you in August.
Okay.
We'll see you.
Goodbye, everybody.
See you. That's Russ Mitchell. It's After Further Review. We're brought to you by Arco Power Systems. Arco.com, 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 ARCCO. It is Arco.com. Remember, we were talking about industrial Generac generator power. This is not a standby generator for your home. This is a standby generator for your business. They sell, service, install, rent these industrial Generac standby generators. So you have a hotel, power goes out. What do you need a standby generator? That's Arco. You have a grocery store or a gas station or a hospital or a bank, any type of government entity, municipality. When the power goes out, the storm comes. We're supposed to have an ice storm. What happens if the power goes out at your business? Well, Arco is who you need. ARCCO, Arco.com, Arco.com. And it's not just Baton Rouge. They have offices up north to Little Rock, east to Mobile, west to San Antonio. Draw a big circle anywhere in that footprint. Arco Power Systems will serve you. Arco.com, Arco.com, ARCCO, Arco.com. All right, y'all, it's After Further Review. We will knock out our final break of the show. Come back, wrap it up with Auto Locks. Jimmy will be here and put a button on it. Been a great show, and thanks to all of our amazing guests, the wonderful coaches who spent time with us here today. And we sincerely appreciate each and every one of you for hanging out as well here on this Hump Day edition of AFR presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. We'll knock out our final break and wrap it up next on AFR.
AFR.
We're brought to you by the Watermark in the Renaissance. 2 amazing hotel properties. Watermark Downtown, voted by you. Not me, voted by you. The best hotel and the best of 225. And then, of course, the Renaissance Southtown on Bluebonnet. Be it Watermark or Renaissance, I want to remind you that if you're hosting an event coming up in 2026, make sure you explore the possibilities of hosting that event at either Watermark or Renaissance. And I'm talking everything from a wedding reception to an awards ceremony, like here tonight. We're in Texas with the Bryant Awards. Maybe it's a fundraiser that you're having. Maybe it's a dance, a social, any type of event that you may be having, a board meeting for a dozen people. Our friends at the Watermark or the Renaissance would love to host you. Allison Crump is the events coordinator for both properties. Give her a shout at either the Watermark or the Renaissance and get that booked today. It's Watermark and Renaissance, Baton Rouge.
After Further Review, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Down the stretch we come, final segment here on a Hump Day edition of AFR, presented by Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness. You can always visit yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. Been a great show here. Many sincere thanks to all the coaches who gave us their time. Joey McGuire from Texas Tech, Clark Lee from Vanderbilt, Tony Elliott from Virginia, Coach Philip Fulmer, Bob Chesney from going from JMU to UCLA and joining us here as well. Former Tiger great Rodney Reed, who's the chair of this year's Bryant Awards, which is why we're here in Houston. So we appreciate everybody for listening, for watching, and all the coaches who were so generous in giving us their time throughout the course of the show today. All right, it is After Further Review. We're linking up with Jimmy right now. We'll get to Auto Locks here in just a quick second. Remember, if you are looking for dinner plans, y'all, for Valentine's Day, remember Supper Club. I want to remind you, so Valentine's is on the Saturday of Endymion this year. Now, Supper Club's already booked for Valentine's. I mean, it's Valentine's, it's a Saturday. They're already booked. So you're out of luck on Saturday. But so many people are going to be heading to New Orleans for Endymion, for Bacchus, for Orpheus, whatever the case, you're going to be in New Orleans at main Mardi Gras weekend. Go to Supper Club before. Celebrate your Valentine's dinner before Valentine's. SupperClubBTR.com. Get your reservations. They're going to book. Saturday's already booked. They still have some availability on Friday. You try to get it on Thursday. Celebrate Valentine's that week there at Supper Club. SupperClubBTR.com. SupperClubBTR.com. It's Supper Club. Okay, let's find out what we're betting on tonight. Time for Otter Locks.
Otter Locks.
All right, time to win some money.
Presented by Total Maintenance AC Repair. Same-day service means you will never sleep hot. 480-1000. We are Total Maintenance.
I think it's safe to say that I won the bet.
Yo, Otter, what up?
What's up, Matthew? How you doing, buddy?
Doing great, man. Awesome day here in Houston. Well, it's rainy, but, awesome show here for the Bryant Awards. Got to talk to a bunch of head coaches. Great day, man. How about you?
Very good. Rainy over here, so getting ready for the freeze later this weekend. Let's get right to business tonight. Let's start off in the SEC and go to Buckyball in College Station. We've been monitoring this team. They've been feisty. There's no doubt, but this is just a little bit too inflated for a favorite here. 8.5 over Texas. Over Mississippi State. All of these are 8:00 tips right now. So we're going to take the Bulldogs plus the 8.5, which are a tough luck loser in the Magnolia State rivalry on Saturday. Lost by 1 at home to Ole Miss. We'll also go with Virginia Tech at Syracuse. 8:00 tip in Syracuse. So Virginia Tech again, man. They had SMU beat. They lost in a half-court shot, and in that one, they bounced back with a nice win against Notre Dame, covered easily. I'd like them to win the game in this one, plus about 35-40 if you can get it, but plus 3.5 is the spread at Syracuse. Take the Hokies there, and then this is an inflated line, but we're not getting in front of this runaway bus with the Nebraska Cornhuskers. One of 3 remaining undefeated teams in college basketball, and they are still excited as hell. When they get up on you, they look to punish you. They're laying 10.5 against Washington. Long road trip for the Huskies coming from Seattle, but taking Huskers minus 10.5 at home against Washington.
Virginia Tech, Nebraska, and Mississippi State, your 3-pack of college basketball Otter Locks tonight. Where are you tomorrow?
Original Walk-Ons on Burbank.
Awesome, man. Have a great night. Good luck. Thanks, Otter.
All right, good luck, Matt.
All right, that is Jimmy. It's after further review. Alondra on site. Phenomenal job as always. Muse Pauly back in studio. Thank you so much, guys. I appreciate the assist. We will be back in studio tomorrow, so we'll spend the night here in Houston, get up, drive back in early, and be back in studio for Thursday edition of AFR. Y'all have an awesome night. We'll see you tomorrow at 3.
AFR.
As we get on down the road, remind you about our friends at Our Lady of the Lake Championship, health partner of LSU Athletics. I tell you, when you think LSU, think Our Lady of the Lake. When you think Our Lady of the Lake, think LSU. They are synonymous. You know, the hat that Lane Kiffin posted on his Instagram story the other day when Jordan Seaton was visiting. Think about that logo. It's the Our Lady of the Lake logo. It's the LSU logo with a bar in between, basically signifying the two entities being one. And my goodness, what a great partner Our Lady of the Lake has been in this NIL era. So many of the great championship athletes, not just in football, but at all across the board at LSU. Our Lady of the Lake has done tremendous NIL deals. And why wouldn't these student athletes want to endorse Our Lady of the Lake? It is the championship level health care that they receive day in and day out from the doctors and all of the different staff from Our Lady of the Lake that help them perform at their best. It's Our Lady of the Lake and LSU. Together, we roar.